What's up, fellas? It's time for Wake Up Mintzy on a glorious Thursday morning here in Chicago in late May. Let's have ourselves a hell of a day. And as always, we're presented by the fine folks of Dude Wipes. They're taking over the toilet paper world. It's a revolution. You're never going to need dry, scratchy, crappy toilet paper again. One use of Dude Wipes will change your life. You'll wonder what the hell you've been doing your entire life using toilet paper. You can find them at Amazon, Target, Walmart, and all over the world wide web. They're blowing up. There's a huge Forbes article on them recently, how big they're getting. You know, they sponsored the horse that won the Preakness. I mean, it's a Dude Wipes revolution, and nobody's better at cleaning up messes than Dude Wipes. We're also sponsored by Stella Blue Coffee. And there's a competition on StellaBlueCoffee.com right now. You can enter. We're giving away 2 golden mugs. And Stella Blue Cold Brew is coming out for summer. And look, what's better than a hot cup of Stella Blue coffee? A cup of cold brew. And it's amazing iced coffee. When it's a hot summer, there's nothing better than iced coffee. I know as a Louisianan, I always love the iced coffee and was super partial to it. So check it out at StellaBlueCoffee.com. Support Barstool Big Cat because he's an all-time great American. Let me get a little sip. Get going. Let's go, baby. Let's have a day. All right. Now we're ready to do it. Let's hop into it, boys. We got Stu Feiner today. Always, there's no really better guest than Stu Feiner for Wake Up Mintzy to get up and get our minds right on this Thursday morning. Cannot wait to catch up with Stu here in a few minutes. Some stuff we're going to get to before that. Tyler Moody running the show from Shreveport right now, doing a good job. I think his mic's having some issues, so we're going to not have him talking. All right, bunch of stuff to get into. First of all, couple Barstool things. Tomorrow night, Pup Punk at Joe's on Weed in Lincoln Park. Pup Punk touring. It's PFT, Robbie Fox, Frankie Borelli, Caroline and Nick Hamilton, and Roan. They will be playing, so get your tickets fast. It's going to sell out soon at Joe's on Weed. Dante the Don going to open with a DJ set at 8 o'clock. Everybody in the office is going. It's going to be anybody that wants to meet your favorite Barstool personalities. This is a great chance to do it. Let's hang out tomorrow night. Pup Punk at Joe's on Weed. Saturday, 2 to 5. I mean, we're bringing the Louisiana to Chicago. Crawfish Bowl, hosted by Megan Making Money and myself at Barstool River North. They got live music. We'll have some sports on. I'm going to be watching the NCAA baseball tourney up there. And we also have a Chicago pickleball tournament from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturday. So huge week with Barstool stuff coming up, as always. It never stops here. I mean, the train never stops. But come join us tomorrow night at Joe's on Weed and on Saturday at Stool River North. I believe Stool River North, $65, all-you-can-eat crawfish. Some sports stuff to jump into. Tonight, Game 5 of the Mavericks Timberwolves in Minnesota. Minnesota pulled out Game 4 because Karl Anthony Towns finally made some dang shots after he went 0 for 16 from 3 in Games 2 and 3. He went 4 for 4 in Game 4. Him and Anthony Edwards stepped up. They're down 3-1 still. Do they have a shot? We'll debate that with Stu Feiner in a minute. I don't know that it's necessarily as over as you would think, even though nobody's ever come back from 3-0 in the NBA playoffs because all 4 games have been so competitive. And Minnesota has shown they're very resilient, as we saw in that Nuggets series, and they came back from 20 down in Game 7 on the road against the NBA champs. So we'll see. Do they have a chance to come back? NHL playoffs. Last night, Edmonton beat Dallas 5-3. Both series 2-2. Edmonton and Dallas going back to Dallas for Game 5, the Western Conference Finals. Tonight, Game 5 of this Florida Panthers New York Rangers series, which has just been epic. And the last 3 games have all gone to overtime. For the first 4 games of a 7-game series, I can hardly remember any that's ever been better. Feels like a series that's going to go 7. The Madison Square Garden, it's going to be freaking rocking tonight. New York Rangers and Florida Panthers. So we'll be keeping an eye on that. I'm super pumped because the NCAA baseball tourney starts tomorrow. And look, y'all know I love the college baseball. I'm a Southern guy. But I say this all the time on the Grow the Game stuff. It's such an exciting product. And the games get so wild at the metal bats. And look, everybody always talks about the first Thursday and Friday of March Madness being the best 2 days of the year. I'm telling y'all, the regional weekend for college baseball is right there with it. And people are starting to grow up and learn to it. It runs Friday through Monday. And the way it works is there's 16, the top 16 seeds host double elimination 4-team tourneys. So, you think Thursday and Friday are big in the NCAA tournament? Well, that's 16 games each day. Every single game, if there's not weather delays, goes tomorrow in the NCAA tourney. So you're talking about like 32 games if there's no weather. Probably will be 25 to 30 because there's usually some kind of weather. But like literally, it's an all-day affair starting at 11 a.m. going into the wee hours. And then also want to just recommend for the NCAA tourney, checking out ESPN Squeeze Play, which they only do during the NCAA tournament. It's the Red Zone channel for college baseball. It's bananas during the NCAA tournament. So check that out. As always, all the lines on DraftKings. They've got futures odds for the college baseball tournament. They also have odds to win each regional, which we're going to break down later. That's actually going to happen tomorrow. And then they've got lines on every game, run lines, money lines, as well as over-unders. DraftKings is the spot to fire college baseball at the NCAA tourney. If you've never done it, check it out. You're going to be blown away by how much fun it is during the tournament. With just the survive and advance thing, you just feel that edge on every single game. Some Wake Up Mintzy announcements. One I'm happy about, and I know y'all are going to be shocked to hear this. I know Tyler Moody's going to be happy about this as well. So Mostly Sports going to move to 10 a.m. starting next week on Monday, June the 3rd. And so that means Wake Up Mintzy will be moving into the 9 a.m. slot that Mostly Sports used to have. So we're going to switch from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Obviously, I'm not going to complain about that. Neither is Moody. So we're going to be starting at 9 a.m. every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday going forward starting next Tuesday. So big announcement there. And then also, I know this is going to be hard to believe because everybody just wants to come at me about everything, but we're doing a show tomorrow and next Friday. We're going 4-day weeks. Tomorrow, actually, is I mentioned my birthday is tomorrow. Also, the NCAA tournament starting. We got to do a show for it, breaking down the tournament and trying to get some of the putt-punt people in. Caroline's already committed. I'm trying to run down PFT Commenter. So we're going to have some good guests tomorrow. So we're having a Friday Wake Up Mintzy, 4 full days for Wake Up Mintzy. Follow us at Wake Up Mintzy on Instagram and follow us at Wake_up_Mintzy on Twitter. So a bunch of announcements to get this thing started. We're going to catch up with Stu Feiner here in a second. Moody, do we have Stu?
You had me.
Yes, we have Stu Feiner, the one, the only, the source, the living legend, the best person to ever wake up with. Stu, how are we doing this morning?
Amazing. First of all, I don't have a voice.
No?
After completing 100 shout-outs the last 2 days, diving shout-outs into the pool, the contest is over now. Remember, I ran the contest where if you bought a diving shout-out, you got entered into the contest, and tomorrow I pick the winner, and then you and 4 friends come to my house and party. So dove off the diving board, reading a script 100 times consecutively. No one can do it. It's like you and me can do things, and I'm going to add Jersey Jerry into this. You, me, and Jersey Jerry are the 3 greatest, fattest, shortest athletes in the world. I mean, there's no 2 ways about it. You can't beat us. You can't outfuck us. You can't outrun us. You can't outdo us. So I'm feeling amazing. I'm feeling hopeful. I'm feeling positive, feeling blessed. Now, let me do this. I'm not going to be on tomorrow's show, so I'm going to do it now. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ben. Happy birthday to you.
Woo!
And I bought you something.
Oh.
I got these roses that I have to mail to you. They're like perpetual roses with a heart, and it's just a beautiful thing. So I bought this for you. Or really, I think somebody bought it for me, and now I'm gifting it to you.
Hey, that counts too.
Okay, let's keep
flowers on my birthday for Stu Finer.
Okay, very good. So, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Hi, Tyler. Hi, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler's doing well too. His mic, our setup today, he can't talk because he's running the show, but his mic's down, but he's doing great.
Okay. Shout out Texas Rangers. Look who's back, the world champion.
The Dallas thing is crazy on that note. I mean, you saw the Rangers win the World Series. Obviously, the Cowboys choked in the playoffs, but they won the NFC East. And then you got the Stars 2-2 in the Western Conference Finals, and the Mavericks up 3-1, 1 game from the finals. What a year for Dallas sports. Crazy.
Unbelievable. I mean, it's a great year to be a Texan, or in Texas, I guess. I mean, it's one way to fight the 150-degree humidity that God only knows how people wear hats and clothes and boots. I just walk around being a swinging dick saying, hey, let's go.
Well, Stu, a lot of stuff to get into. I want to touch on. Let's get into. We'll get into the sports and then we'll get into the life stuff. Game 5 tonight, Madison Square Garden. This New York Rangers Florida Panthers series is turning me into a big hockey fan. This series is epic. 3 straight overtime games for the first 4 games of a 7-game series. I can't recall almost any series being more fun or more competitive. This thing heads back to MSG. The Garden's going to be rocking tonight. Feels like it's going 7 and it can go either way.
Well, basically, I mean, as you know, I'm a diehard Islander fan and a bandwagon Ranger fan. My father, the Rangers, we went to a playoff game and a cup game in 1994. So my father saw the Rangers won Stanley Cup. My favorite player growing up when I was like in my teens, early teens, was Eddie Jockman, the New York Ranger goalie, which was my father's favorite player. And then when I moved to Long Island, everybody was an Islander fan. So at like 11 years old, I switched over to being an Islander fan just so I can make friends. So I'm watching the Rangers and my stomach is in a knot every single second. That's the beauty of playoff hockey. It's the best sport in the world, playoff hockey. It's better than football, better than baseball, better than basketball. I guess it could compare to World Cup soccer when you're going right down to the wire. But, you know, one goal can win it. And Igor, their goalie, is the only reason they're in the series right now. Look, Florida is still favored to win the series. I think they're favored right now to win the Stanley Cup. Rangers are like the 4th choice. I don't know how the heck that is. I think Dallas right now is number 1. Then it's Florida. No. Then it's Rangers. Then it's Edmonton. So, when you watch playoff hockey, I mean, literally, you just, you know, you're like, oh my God. You can't go to the bathroom. You can't miss a shift. You can't miss a check. And like you said, I mean, now you're a hockey fan because this is the beauty of NHL hockey. And then you get to watch Biz on TNT. I mean, Biz is arguably the greatest announcer ever. I mean, he's better than Charles Barkley. He's better than John Madden. He's a god amongst gods. I love watching Biz. I love his analysis. Off Gretzky and everything. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, his mustache too deserves some comments. That mustache is so it's so elite. Biz,
and his body count is over 2,000.
Oh, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. Yeah, so Biz, he's at the TNT desk of all the intermissions for NHL. Does a spectacular job. Such a fun coworker. Spittin' Chicklets, the #1 hockey podcast in the world. Just an uber successful individual, really in all ways. He just crushes life. And you know, we hung out. He was up here for the March Madness thing we did at DraftKings. And, man, he was explaining, I think he has like 4 or 5 different places. He's like, he's got places everywhere around the country. He's got places in Canada. I mean, the man crushes life. I got nothing but the utmost respect for Biz. So that's 2-2, Florida Panthers and Rangers heading back to Game 5 at the Garden. Last night, Edmonton beat Dallas 5-3. That's a wild series, too. These Edmonton games, I hope you've been hammering the overs. Every single game's a shootout. They literally are all 5-3 and 6-4 and 5-4. It seems like they easily hit the 6.5 every game, but that's 2-2 heading back to Dallas. So, you know, the thing with it is I learned playoff hockey, and this is what I always say, and I'm curious what you think. Like, I always start out planning to watch the NBA games, and the NBA games are, like, never that competitive, and then I flip over the hockey game, and it's 2-2 in the third with 12 minutes to go, and people's lives are on the line out there, and it's just the intensity's gripping.
Yes, well, I mean, I have 5 TVs. The main one is where we have the sound, and that's literally what we do. We put the NBA on the other 4, maybe some baseball, and then NHL hockey in the third period, especially with 7 minutes left. You got to be glued to the TV. You really do. I concur. I agree 100%.
Yeah, and I went to a few MSG Rangers games in New York, and the experience blew me away. I've gone to a couple Blackhawks games here, and the Blackhawks thing's fun, especially the way they sing the anthem, but they're like totally rebuilding and one of the worst teams in the league. So the atmosphere in here in the United Center really couldn't compare to what I saw at MSG the last few years. But I'm sure it's coming with Bedard and them rebuilding. But yeah, I just love it. And, you know, as a Southerner in Louisiana, I didn't really grow up around it much. And, you know, as I get older, I'm just realizing everything you said. I mean, there's just nothing better than the competitiveness of playoff hockey. And the thing is like football, you know, not always, but usually the better team's going to win. And Baseball is kind of unpredictable too, but that's the thing. In basketball, in a 7-game series, the better team wins like 80% of the time. And in hockey, it don't matter if you're the 1 seed, the 8, the 4, the 5. Literally anything can happen. It's crazy.
Literally, and that's been shown out for the last, let's say, 3-4 decades. Let me just drop a couple of things here. First of all, I can't wait. First of all, you was supposed to have a crawfish boil, right? Is that going to happen?
Yeah. So we were on the text thread with my guy Richard from Louisiana. We're trying to make it happen.
Shout out
Richard, Hotheads Crawfish. He's come up here and did something for Willie Colon and Large before in New York. So he's got a good Barstool relationship. So we're trying to make that happen. I'm going to call you off the air to let's get a date finalized and talk to him.
That'll be amazing. I'm so excited for that.
There's nothing like a party at Stu's Long Island mansion in the summer. Especially you respect the Sundays too. You love doing the big Sundays, which I love.
I love it. Listen, every day really is a party. You can't ever take for granted you're alive. Everybody thinks they're going to live forever. They're not. Everyone's going to die. Death, taxes, and you're going to, death, taxes. That's it. Death and taxes. Those are the only two sure things in life. Unless you're betting my sports lately, Ben. You see I'm on fire.
Oh, I've been seeing it. You've been on one.
18 winning days, 5 losing days in one push. My last 24 days. And my 25,000 all-in max best bet is on a 17-5 run. I have it tonight on the Mavericks Timberwolves. So if you're interested in betting 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000, respectfully and within your budget, never bet over your head because it's gambling. I'm your guy, StuFiner.com, StuFiner.com, StuFiner.com.
Hell yeah, well check that out. Stu's on one. Got to ride that heater. Well, speaking of, obviously death is a very not fun subject to talk about, but we got to talk about Bill Walton passing on Monday. Yeah. 71 years old. I didn't even know, it was kind of similar to Jimmy Buffett doing this too, being a big public famous guy. I didn't even know he had cancer. I think he just wanted to go on his own terms without it being a big fanfare thing.
He didn't release that. No one knew.
No one knew. But we got to talk about Big Red. And because he is literally, you always hear true one of one, all that. But there's never been another Bill Walton. He would literally, just for every way he lived his life, from his basketball career, winning 3 national titles at UCLA, under John Wooden, and then John Wooden, and then he went to the Blazers. I believe he won one there, and then he went to Boston
as a rookie.
Yeah, they won as a rookie, and then he had a bunch of injuries, and then he went to Boston and ended up winning. I know he was on at least one there.
Yeah, 6th man of the year.
Yeah, on the Larry Bird team in the mid '80s.
86.
Yeah, 86, and the '86 Celtics, one of the best teams of all time. And then his broadcast career, there's never been a color commentator like him. And Dave Pasch, who he always did the games with, always had one of the funniest roles in sports, being the broadcast guy for Bill Walton, trying to, you can never rein someone like that in, but keep him on the tracks. And man, Bill Walton was there's never been anybody like him calling games. Just so unique, so funny. And also, I have to mention, I don't know that there's ever been any famous athlete, celebrity, whatever, more associated with the band than Bill Walton and the Grateful Dead. He went to over 950 Grateful Dead shows, went to his first one at 14 years old in San Francisco. All kinds of Dead stories have been coming out over this week. Mickey Hart, the percussionist, talking about how Bill was his best friend. Bill, they shared a story of in '85 when he brought the whole Celtics team on the Dead tour. I always thought that was such a fun, unique relationship. And you could tell by the way Bill lived his life day to day and talked that he enjoyed himself on the Dead tour, to say the least.
Oh, no two ways about it. I only met Bill Walton once. That was in 1984 in Colorado. I just opened Colorado Sports Advisors. And I was on the Pearl Street Mall. That's where my office was, directly across the street from this restaurant called Old Chicago. And they used to make Chicago-style pizza and a big, giant chocolate chip cookie, hot with ice cream on it. So we're hanging out, and all of this huge, giant man walking, giant afro comes right by us, smoking a joint, baby. And it was Bill Walton. Literally 2 feet taller than me. Could have blown the guy standing up. No two ways about it. His dick would have gone right through my eyeball. He could have skull fucked me anytime he wanted to. But what a sweetheart. What a nice guy. What an inclusive guy. What a real man. A real man, a man's man. And I love anybody that smokes pot. Anybody that loves the Grateful Dead. And I love Bill Walton. Can I say something too? You look a little like Bill Walton. Do you know that?
No, I've never heard
If
that.
you grew 2 feet
I think,
and lost 200 pounds, you would be Bill Walton.
Yeah, I think that's the
No,
first
you look
time.
like him. You do.
The only thing I've ever been compared with the Bill Walton thing is like how much like he loves the dad. And I mean, like I absolutely love Widespread Panic, but like I just hit my 200th Panic show, and to put that in perspective, that seems insane to people. Bill Walton went to 950 of the dad. That's the level of dedication we're talking about here. I mean, that's freaking crazy. But I wanted to pay tribute. Like one of the funniest things, I've kind of shared this, like his commentary was so random, but I remember the one I remember that made me like laugh till I cried was I was watching the Sacramento Kings, and remember when they were really good in 01 and 02 and they lost to the Lakers in 7 games, and they had like Mike Bibby and Vlade Divac and Peja and Chris Webber, and Doug Christie was their 2 guard, and he was like a real good defender, passer, could do everything, but he wasn't a good shooter. And during the middle of a Kings playoff game, Bill Walton sports out, he goes, "What if Doug Christie could shoot?" He just says it on the air, and I was just like, I cannot believe he just said that. And for some reason, it just made me laugh literally till I cried.
Brutal honesty from Bill Walton. Now, let me ask you something. Is there a buzz in the office about surviving Barstool coming at the end of August? Because
yeah, but it's still kind of they hadn't announced. You know, not everyone's been announced on it yet. They've announced. Okay. I know your part.
Yes, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think there's still more to come on that. But yeah, there's a huge buzz. That's going to be awesome. I saw the lineup that's been announced is Pat Bev, Wallow, Gilly, Frank the Tank, you. I mean, it's a loaded.
Nasty.
Yeah, 250,000. I mean, it's crazy to see the evolution of it because the one 2 years ago, the first one was $10K to first. Last year was $100K to first. This is $250,000 to first place.
Well, I mean, to be honest with you, I would have never even done it for less than $250,000. You know, I got to take a week out of my life and
live, and you got to live in the Chicago office.
It's never happening. But now I'm ready to roll. You know, like I'm a long shot. Let's say there's going to be 20 participants. If you're betting it, I'd probably be like, 12, 13, 14. So as always, people will underestimate me. I'm going to cut their throats out. I'm going to leave them for dead. I'm going to skull fuck them and piss all over their grave. And I'm winning 250,000. I mean, I'm just telling you right now. I'm probably ranked 12th to win it, but I'm fucking winning it. I have so many alliances that nobody even knows who I'm aligned with. I might be aligned with no one or everyone. But this is a mind fuck, okay? Let me tell you something right now. This is a mind fuck, and I'm mind fucking everyone.
Love it. Well,
as long as I don't gotta like slap fight Biz Nasty or Ryan Whitney or slap fight Taylor Lewan, whatever, or the reigning champ, I think I can hold my own. As long as there's no physical ability, it's just a mental preparation. It's a mental mind fuck. It's a scheme, a scam. That's the bottom line. You know what I'm really looking forward to, though? I see all the swinging dicks that are going to be there. I haven't seen any vagina. I'm looking for the vagina. Have you heard any vagina?
Look, I don't know. Like I'm gun shy on anything surviving Barstool because I screwed because of the incident where I messed up the spoiler thing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so like I have no. All I know is who's announced on it, and I know you're on it. I saw the promotion. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not saying I got nothing else to say whatsoever about surviving Barstool other than it's going to be awesome.
You don't know if or who the vagina.
No, I don't know. I just know the people that were announced on the poster that were, and that was you, Frank, Wallow, Gilly, Pat Bev, Biz, Whitney. I know that crew's all in it, and that's what I know. So, and that's common knowledge. I got nothing to say about anything else whatsoever.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I don't want to wear a dunce cap around the Barstool office.
No,
that was a tough scene.
It was one of the greatest days of my life because we had the Barstool Sports Advisor show that day, so you were in and out. And
that's true. I did get to make
the wall in a dunce cap.
Yeah, it was. That was wild. So
I can't wait to win a quarter.
I guess shout out to Dave and everybody for getting so big. To go from 10 to 100 to 250 in 3 years just shows how big that show is.
And it's cash, too. I heard it's cash. I heard Dave pays the taxes. So when I get 250,000, it's not like I have to pay 37%. It's cash. It's green cash.
Hell,
I'm ready. No, I'm so ready to fuck shit up. I'm really fucking ready.
Man, that just gets me fired up at that and fall. I mean, we're about to enter. I mean, this is going to be a great summer. I know you're a huge summer guy with the pool and mansion, and then this is a really fun month ahead. NBA Finals, NHL Finals. I'm obviously you're not as big into it, but the NCAA baseball tourney starts Friday, so I mean, I love this next month. I feel like college baseball is continuing to grow, but the baseball tourney is like neck and neck with the basketball tourney. How fun it is! I think people are starting to realize how great it is. Like Friday, you literally have 32 baseball games scheduled because, like the NCAA tournament basketball, Stu, you have half of them Thursday, half of them Friday. Baseball, everyone plays Friday. It's Friday through Monday, double 16, 14 double eliminations tournaments. And so literally, unless there's rain delays or weather, every single team plays Friday. And they've got this thing called squeeze play. I was talking about this at the opening. That's like the red zone for college baseball during the NCAA tourney, and it is like bananas. Just them going around how fun the games are. And so I've got some gambling stuff coming out on that that I'll just share this real quick, and then I'm not trying to talk about this too much with Stu here. But I've got a futures bet. I took NC State plus 35-1 is my favorite one. Wow. They made Omaha. So in 2021, when Dave Portnoy took them 12-1 to win it in Omaha, they got screwed by COVID. They got all the way to the Final Four, and then their whole team basically caught COVID, and it was one of the biggest tragedies ever in sports, too.
Wow.
They get all the way to the Final Four, not losing a game, and then Vandy was going to have to beat them twice to make the championship, and their whole team caught COVID, and they had to forfeit. It was unbelievable. It was one of the biggest tragedies.
That's tragic.
Oh, it was tragic. And in their coach's office, he's got a trophy up, like the thing from the College World Series, and it says NCAA College World Series, and he's got it with a Sharpie over them making it. It says champs written in Sharpie from 2021. It's pretty awesome.
Wow.
And but then 2024, they're the number 10 seed overall. They won 6 series against top 10 teams. They're hosting a regional with South Carolina's the 2. I think they've got a little bit of a weaker regional, and they're matched up with the 7 national seed Georgia, who I think has got some good hitting but beatable. So I think NC State's got a really, really good path to Omaha. Really like them 35-1. That's my favorite future. Like the way college baseball, it's kind of a little bit similar to hockey in that it's so unpredictable, Stu, with the metal bats. You just never know what's going to happen. So I'm always looking for long shot and underdog value. I think the favorites are too big of favorites with how unpredictable the games are. So all the favorites, Tennessee's 5-1 and A&M 6-1. You can't bet a team 5-1 to win the College World Series, getting through a 64-team tourney, where if you lose twice, you're out in baseball. You're not even talking about 4 out of 7 or 3 out of 5. You lose 2, you're gone. So it's, you kind of got to look for the longer shots, I think, that have good draws. The other ones I was taking a look at, Vandy is 40-1. They're the 2 seed in the Clemson Regional. They're always an elite program, got a lot of arms. They couldn't really hit all year, but their bats caught fire in Hoover. I think they have a shot to win the Clemson Regional, and they're set up with Oklahoma State in the next one. And then there's a small school I want to mention that really only plays baseball called Dallas Baptist, who won Conference USA. And they're the 2 seed in the Arizona Regional, but they're always really good, and they're 60 or 80-1. So I was looking at them too. So anyway, sorry we ran off topic, but love the college baseball.
I love it. Listen, you love college baseball. I love your energy. I love your pure excitement. It's so pure. It's so natural. It's so true. And you get so juiced up for it. And now you need another villain because the Whistler is not a villain no more.
I know. Well, now the Whistler, he
flustered
me
I
so
I don't
bad.
know why you blew it. You didn't
I know. All I had to do was
slap
his. I had to just, if I would have slapped his hand on camera down.
No, that was bullshit. You should have just whipped out your big penis and peed on him. I mean, you need a villain to, to balance off you being the mouth of the South, the heart of the world, the sexiest human alive, and really, the greatest living content creator ever. Now you're a pussy, you're a fraud, you're a fake.
Oh, well,
you can't
we still have time
you can't be friends with your enemies.
Yeah, Dave Portnoy.
Unless you're on Surviving Barstool, baby, because then that's the game. You rip people's hearts out. See, you'd be very good because you could play that game. You could smile to someone's face while you're banging their wife. No one would know. You're like, Ben would never bang my wife. And then all of a sudden you got a hog, and you're like, wow, I didn't know Ben had a hog. I know he's got a fat ass and a fat belly and a fat chin.
I actually have no ass. What's funny is I have a fat belly and chin, but my ass doesn't exist. It's very
you have no ass.
I have a very weirdly shaped body.
No, that's true. That's true. I have no ass. You have no ass, but we both have giant hogs. Shout out Giant Hawks.
Well, I want to ask, you mentioned the pool stuff. So
Yes.
when you do 100 diving shout-outs, do you dive in every single one of them?
Every single one of them. Everyone is unique. Everyone gives me a script and I dive in it. And I'll be doing diving shout outs throughout the entire summer, whether it's for bachelor parties, whether it's for anniversaries, birthdays, pick me up, graduations, whatever it is. It's people love it. They love seeing my giant fat belly, giant fat tits, very, very strong thighs, and a waistline, and I dive in the pool, and I make it unique, I make it funny, and it's something, that's why, I'm the number one shout out man in the world. I guess Frank the Tank's number one.
I don't know. Frank may be hard to beat on that.
Oh, he's number one on Cameo, and I'm number one in the world. You know what I mean? You buy from Frank, you buy from me, it's satisfying.
Hell yeah. Well, yes. I know the pool. So the pool, you opened the pool a couple weeks ago, the 88
Correct.
degrees.
88, it's perfect, it's clean, it's breathtaking. We put new filter cartridges in the filter, which it just works so well. It's like, you swim in a pool that's encased by hedges and no one can see what you're doing. So you could either rub one out, you could have friends over, you could have special partners, secret Santas, whatever you got to do. You just bang bitches in the pool. To me, it doesn't get better than banging bitches in the pool. I don't know about you.
It sounds pretty fun to me. I'm not gonna say I have anything against that. That's
fair enough.
That's for sure. And so, big plans for summer. I know you're gonna be doing it big like you always do out on Long Island. And
yes.
then I know we're 3 months away, but I'm already feeling the Barstool Sports Advisors vibes because this football season. It's like I always wait usually. Because the college baseball tournament runs into late June, and then I go play the World Series of Poker. Shout out your son. Me and Alex talked last night. He's heading out to Vegas, playing a bunch of tournaments here.
Yes.
Looking forward to following that. And then he's going out for a while, and then he's going back July 5th for the main event. So I hope to spend some time with him out there when I'm out there in Maine.
That'll be awesome.
Yeah, I'm waiting to go. I was kind of making my summer World Series schedule, so I'm going to go June 30th. The Barstool office is closed the week of the 4th of July, so there's no conflict with me being out in Vegas for World Series of Poker then.
Thank God. Thank you.
Yeah. We're doing midweeks in the office going forward. And then so I'm going to do 4th of July in Vegas, actually on the Bill Walton front. I'm going to see Dead at the Sphere, which is going to be nuts on July 4th. And I'm shooting to play the last day one of the main event on July 6th. And I've got a couple other tourneys. I'm going to play the $1,700 Moneymaker $1 million main event at the MGM on Tuesday, July 2nd. And I got a couple more on my calendar. So really looking forward to that. But my main focus is going to be the college baseball tournament through Omaha. And then I'm trying to get out to Omaha for the opening weekend, Father's Day weekend, June 14th through 16th. And speaking of shout-outs, Father's Day shout-outs from Stu. that's got to be a big day for you on that. Especially how much you love your dad.
Hundreds. Book it right now, belikestew.com. You can get a cum towel, get my book. New York Times bestseller, bet you I can. And you get a shout out. Can you beat that for fun? Get him a cum towel, get him my book, and get him a shout out. That's a Father's Day extravaganza. Don't waste money on Rolex watches, Porsches.
Or get a brick watch. Get a brick. If you're going to get a watch, get a brick watch.
Brick watch. Oh, it's the only watch I acknowledge. Brick watch. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're good. What? Oh, okay.
Rolex brick.
Oh, yeah. Bricked up. Oh, shout out. So, as always, we got to do the Stu and I always fighting the swings on the health stuff. Before we head into summer here, how we doing? Let's have a little state of the union.
I lost 2.3 pounds last week. So, you're only as good as your week last week. But I'm like 195. June 1, I'm going to train like Barstool Survivor Series. Surviving Barstool's like the Iron Man contest. So, June 1, July 1, into August, I'm starving myself. I'm just going to do 500 push-ups, 500 sit-ups, 10 miles a day, walking very fast. I would do like 80 laps in my pool every day, and I'm coming in beefy. I'm coming in, ready to roll. So overall, my health is probably, I could die right after we do this. It's that, dicey because you just never know. TikTok on my heart, my life. But something, Ben? I feel great, even though I might not look great, and I'm still great in bed. So who gives a fuck?
There you go. Stu and I are always encouraging, and we have such similar personalities because we both have we both like to fall, and we're huge life flushes. Mine's is, I had the thing where it was weird. Like I didn't weigh. The big thing I love that you do is the Monday weigh-ins and just staying accountable. So when you slip up, you're on it immediately. I didn't check the scale for a couple months, which is always dicey. And I knew I gained like some back during March Madness, especially. And so I was like kind of terrified to do it. And the lowest I was like 236, 237, and I weighed and I was like 248. And that's not the end of the world. I mean, it's not great. I'd like to be like 220. I think that would be ideal for me. But, I can deal with gaining 10. I didn't blow up and gain 20 or 25 and do too much
What's
damage.
What's your highest?
Oh, I was like 310 at my 315.
310?
Yeah, that was a while. That was a long time ago.
I would love to hug you with 310.
Oh, it's bad. I had like
hugging a big.
I had like three or four chins. I'll find some pics and show you.
Butter Mintzy, baby.
But I still have been like probably not exercising. Like I've been exercising about 3 days a week, and I need to do 5. But I still have been on it. I've run a couple 5Ks the last few days. I've been lifting about once a week. It needs to be twice. But like I wouldn't say I'm crushing it at all. I'd be lying. I'm kind of more maintaining right now. But I'm still in pretty decent shape, luckily, and I hadn't screwed it up too bad. So I think I'm just going to have to join you on the summer thing. I'm going to lush it up big for my birthday this weekend. Let's not kid ourselves. But, this beginning of June seems like a great rallying point. We got the biggest Ole Miss football season of all time this fall. Ole Miss is number 4 preseason. They got everybody transfer portal. Third year starting quarterback. Woo. Yeah, this is it. 12-team playoff year. And so I want to be looking good for football season. I'd really like to be looking good for that. So that's going to kind of be a goal to strive toward. But I'm still feeling pretty encouraged. I didn't blow, and historically when I fall hard, and I didn't fall too hard. I think it's kind of manageable. So I'm still feeling good. So it's going to be a great summer. And, always love catching that State of the Union with you on that front. So all good things. I'm just fired up about life right now, dude. I'm glad to hear it with you too, because you went through obviously a lot this year with everything with your dad and stuff. And I'm glad to hear you're so encouraged right now.
Yes, absolutely. And listen, congratulations on the bump from 9 to 10. That's such a big edge, because 8 o'clock is a little early for a lot of people, but 9 o'clock's perfect. So when you come at 9 o'clock, I'm sure the ratings are going to go through the roof. It's going to be a bonanza, and let's rock and roll.
Yeah, and another thing we're going to do too, I talked to our production guys yesterday, so we're going to get the show out on Twitter every day too. We're going to try to start for that next week. A lot of our shows, I see Mid-Show and Rico's Healthy Debate, also are broadcasting from their Twitter, and I think that's a great idea. We share the Linktree account. And obviously Barstool has a great deal with Rumble, and love Rumble, love what they're doing, love the not censoring things and, encouraging free speech. But I think we're going to add the Twitter thing too as like another venue to get more views. And then shout out Dude Wipes, because Dude Wipes has committed to sponsor Wake Up Mintzy through the end of 2024. So we're going to have runway for the whole football season, which is so excited to get to do a whole football gambling season here with Moody too. And so shout out to Dude Wipes cleaning up, they're the best to clean up messes, and they're taking the world over. I mean, literally, it's like fun to be associated, not just having sponsors, but with a product that's actually elite. And then, we also have Stella Blue coffee. And Stu, have you gotten a chance to try the Stella Blue cold brew yet?
I love it. I love all their products. Hello, Aria. How you doing? Aria just came in. She has to go to the bathroom. Alex! Someone's got to let her out. Oh. She's got to pee. She's going to pee and poop right on the floor here.
Oh, no. I love Aria. How old is she now?
She's going to be 6 in November.
I know she loves the summers out there at the pool.
Yes, absolutely. She's a rescue, just like Miss Peaches. And, she has a broken hip, a deformed hip. So she can't really run fast. That's why she's the most beautiful dog in the world. She came from Louisiana, oddly enough, to New York. Yeah, to the Nassau County Animal Shelter. And that's where my son picked her up. And that's why she was rescued, because she's drop dead gorgeous, but she has the, permanent injury. That's why she can't catch any of the bunnies or the squirrel or the chipmunks or the rodents, blah, 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 blah.
Well, there's certainly plenty out there in your backyard out there on the Long Island estate.
Absolutely crazy.
Stu, your estate, I mean, I know people see social media on it. It literally, reminds me of, when I watched The Godfather, the Corleone estate out on Long Island. It's got that, old school, mafia estate feel, out. And you're out, up Long Island, kind of away from the New York madness, kind of isolated. I don't know. It's got this, I don't know. It's just a special place, and I love that you're doing the competition where 4 people get to come do a day at the pool because there really is nothing like. I mean, when you throw a couple of those big Sunday ragers in summer that have like 500 or 1,000 people there, and there's, I mean, you said it before. I've gotten to go to a couple of them. I mean, there's nothing like them, literally. I mean, they are the best in every way. You always do it huge with food and catering and grilling out in the pool and great mix of people. I mean, I don't know how you could ever ask for more. So
I love doing it. Well, I mean, besides being probably arguably top 10 best fuck that's ever lived, creator of the 15-15-30, creator of the sports gambling advisory industry, the funniest man alive. I am the hostess and the host with the most.
There's no denying it.
I try hard.
No,
I
you
go
love
all
those
in,
others.
life or death. You know, my party has to be the best party you've ever been at in your life. Otherwise, it's a failure.
Well,
like, if you go to my house and you say it's a great party, it has to be, wow, that's the best party of my life. I've never experienced anything like that. Your cocaine's better than other people's, of course. And I had the best time, and I got laid. If you don't get laid at my house, it means you don't have a dick.
Well, I went to that one. I went to the one you threw in late summer 2022. It was one of the best parties I've ever been to. And, I mean, literally, like, this is Stu. Like, Stu is so much energy and like such a great promoter, but he's not full of crap here. I mean, literally, he has the biggest throw. He has the biggest throwdown. So coming up next few months, summer, doing the pool thing big. Obviously, you've got the NBA, NHL. You're following that close, and then I guess you start getting ready for football. Like, advisors will be here before, it'll be here before we know it. And I mean, I just want to go ahead and mention this too, Stu.
Yes.
We've been talking about forever getting the Super Bowl week in New Orleans. I mean, we got to go get down there.
We're going.
Oh, yeah.
And you and me are going.
Oh, we're doing it.
Connected with the owners of the teams, the mayor, the state. We got the run of the Ritz-Carlton, whatever we got.
We're going to do it.
Let's go.
We're going to do it.
DraftKings going to pay for it. Let's go.
So yeah, Super Bowl week in Nola. That's like when I look ahead, like it's pretty much from right now through the Super Bowl in Nola is just all insane. NCAA tourney, World Series of Poker. Also you'll love
Alex.
Stu. You'll love this too. You'll really appreciate this too because you and your dad were so close. So my dad turned 75 in August. Okay. And he's still in really good health. He walks like an hour and a half a day. I mean, he probably looks younger than me. But my sister and I, he raised us on the Rolling Stones, and my sister and I read him the Riot Act. And after I went to the Jazz Fest Stone show and like did the review, my sister called me, who lives in Highlands, North Carolina, and has 3 kids, young. It was like, I want to go to the Rolling Stones with you in Chicago when they're here June 27th and 30th, Thursday, June 27th, Soldier Field. And I was like, look, if you're coming, we got to get Dad to come for 75th. And my sister and I called him and read the Riot Act to him. He doesn't like big crowds, getting older. And we got him to agree to come. So my dad, my brother-in-law, my sister, and me are doing Rolling Stones Thursday night, June 27th, up here Soldier Field for my dad's 75th birthday. And then I'm also going to talk to Big Cat. My dad's got to go on the act. My dad is just an insane character. He's perfect for the act. So I'm going to try to get him on the act. But I'm so excited about it. He's never seen. He loves the Stones, his favorite band. He's never seen them live, and we're doing it for his 75th birthday. Family.
God bless. That's amazing.
Yeah. So
very excited.
And then that. Omaha,
Give me
Vegas.
1 second. Can I slip 1 second out of here for a second?
No, you're good. We can let you go because it's 8:45 anyway.
All right, good, because I just got to let the dog out.
No, you're good. Stu, thank you so much for joining us. Wake Up Mintzy.
Thank you. Sorry about this.
Presented by Dude.
I love you.
Love you too, Stu. And want to remind everyone, Friday show tomorrow, NCAA tournament preview. We're going to try to get some of the putt punk people in here. Caroline's already agreed. There's rumblings of PFT. Got to book that, firm that up today. But we're going to do a Friday show. Tomorrow we're going to have Friday shows tomorrow and next week. So we're going 4-day weeks. Wake Up Mintzy, clearly the hardest working show in the game. And next week, starting at 9 a.m. Last reminder, I know I keep reminding everyone, Putt Punk tomorrow. Get your tickets. Joe's on Weed at bar in Lincoln Park. It's going to sell out soon. So if you want tickets, get them. Dante the Don DJing to open at 8 o'clock. Everybody in the office is coming. It's going to be a huge Barstool event. If you want to hang out with us, that's a great chance to do it. And then Megan Making Money and I hosting the Barstool Crawfish Bowl 2 to 5, Stool River North, $65, all you can eat. So that's going to be awesome on Saturday with live music at Steel River North. So come join us Friday night, Saturday afternoon. Let's have a hell of a weekend. Shout out Tyler Moody in Shreveport, Stu Feiner, Dude Wipe, Stella Blue. What a day. Let's go do the damn thing, boys. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Let's go.